Right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Quinn, and I live next door to the biggest moron in the UK. Now, his name's John. He's 48. He's from Wednesbury. You see, we've got no one in from Wednesbury because it's £25 a ticket. Anyway, his name's John, right? So he's the sort of guy that wears high-vis clothing, even though he doesn't have a job. Now, I'm not kidding you, he's got high-vis clothing for all weathers. He's got a high-vis vest, high-vis t-shirt, high-vis jacket, high-vis coat. He's even got a high-vis fleece. No, I didn't even know you can get fleeces in high-vis. He's the sort of bloke that instead of saying brown, he says Bran. Occasionally on a Saturday morning, I'll give him a shout and I'll say, John, I'm nipping up to the cafe. Would you like me to fetch you anything, mate? And he'll shout back and he'll go, all right, marmite, yeah, I'm a great bloke, marmite. Get us a bacon sandwich, will you, marmite? I'll shout back, any sauce? He says, Bran. Now, remember, it's about 12 months ago, I was sitting on my sofa. It was a Sunday afternoon, and there was a knock on my door. I opened the door. He says, all right, marmite, what you doing? It was John, in case you're wondering. He said, what you doing? I said, I'm just sorting out my fantasy team, John. Why, what are you doing? He said, yeah, I'm sorting out your fantasy team. Can I enter your league? I said, of course you can, John, and off he went. Now, in my circle of friends, the fantasy football competition is an annual tradition, important for two reasons. First reason, who wins the fantasy football competition. Second reason is who can come up with the most funny and unique name. Last season, I went with Chicken Tikka Mo Salah. That's Mo Salah. It's a play on Chicken Tikka Masala. Mom, this is why you should have just donated the cash. Anyway, explaining every joke, honestly. I put my name in the box marked first name. I put my surname in the box marked surname, and I went about my day. I thought I'll have a look at what films are on Channel 5. The Passion of the Christ. I thought that's going to be a feel-good movie. I was mistaken, but it told us about the struggles that our Lord went through, and it gave me an amazing sense of well-being. Now, as the film finished, the credits rolled up the screen. A blinding light appeared in my front room, and I knew at that point it was the Lord himself here to set me on a more righteous path. And then I heard, all right, marmite! It turned out the light that I'd mistaken for divine intervention was in fact the reflection of the sun on my next-door neighbour's high-vis hoodie. I said, what do you want, John? He said, finished my team AI. My blood was boiling. I looked him straight in the eye. I said, come on then, mate, let's have a look who you've picked. So we sat down on the sofa, we got the iPad out, and it was at that point I realised that John hadn't quite gone through the rigmarole of picking a funny and unique team name like I had done. He'd simply named his team John's Team. The egg firmly been all over my face because under further investigation, there was only one team in the whole of the UK called John's Team, and he picked it. Whereas, in fact, 3,742 other people had picked Chicken Tikka Mo Salah. My eyes were still slightly blurred. The vision was still slightly blurred. My eyes could not believe what they saw next. Apparently, the task of putting your first name in the box marked first name and your surname in the box marked surname had proven too difficult for my neighbour John. He had put his first name in the box marked first name. Big tick in the box for John. However, surname had proven an obstacle too big for him to overcome. He'd simply put John in there as well. So John is now in our league with his team named John's Team. I was ridiculing him for about 5 minutes before he said, Marmite, what you been watching? I said, I've been watching The Passion of the Christ, John. He says, is it any good? I said, yes. He said, shall I buy it on DVD? I said, yes, John, go and buy it on DVD. He said, no problem, mate, and off he went. Now, watching that film, the Lord had touched me. I decided to get in the attic and go and pull the Bible out. That evening, I sat down to get tucked into the Bible. I thought I'm going to read chapter 1, or they call it Genesis. Chapter 1, I'm reading through the pages, and I got to the final page in that chapter, and the blinding light appeared in my front room once again. This time, picked out the window. It was John walking up my driveway. The reflection of the street lamp bouncing off his high-vis gilet that he's now wearing on top of his high-vis hoodie, because we all know it gets a bit nippy in the evening now, don't we? He said, all right, mate, yeah, I'm good at computers, are ya? I said, I'm not too bad, John. Why, what do you need? He said, I'm trying to order that DVD, and it's working for me. Can you come round and have a look at it? I said, no problem, John. I'll be round right away. So I went round to John John's house, sat down at John John's computer desk. If a wallpaper pasting table with a laptop on top of it, you could call a computer desk. And I thought, let's have a little look at what he's trying to do. He's got Amazon open. We went into his basket. He's buying himself The Passion of the Christ on DVD. He's also treating himself to a brand new Ivy's t-shirt, but I thought I'll deal with that problem in a minute. The problem is it's not going through for him. So I went to the payment screen. I thought, right, card number, 16 digits. But he nailed it. He put them all in correctly. Brilliant. Expiry date, that was bang on as well. I thought security code's probably where he's gone wrong, because you've got to turn the card backwards, haven't you, to see that out. But he nailed that as well. The problem was where it said account name. He'd put HSBC. I said, John, you don't put the bank's name in there. You put your name in there. And I don't mean John, put your proper name in and it'll work. Anyway, we processed it, and the order went through absolutely fine. I said, John, why on earth are you buying yourself another Ivy's t-shirt, mate? You've got loads. He said, my mate. That Ivy's t-shirt is a present for you. Hey! Thank you.
Keep your applause going as we welcome on stage. Now next up, it's Pop.